Hi guys, so this is part 2 of my psycho journal. Now obviously I didn't have a journal when I was in like the crisis part, but they moved me to like a longer term mental place. So that's when I got the journal. It's still kind of fuzzy, but I wrote this when I first got there, so I still, could remember some of the stuff. So I'm like gonna kind of break in every now and then if I need to elaborate on what I remember. Then this girl patient came in the hospital and she was mad because the lady was touching the girl's mother's watch. I don't know, she was in a care home with her mother and the lady in charge was messing with them both. She wanted vancomycin and some sarsaparilla spray. You could only buy them at a little old rich white lady store. So I don't know if this was real, like I said, but I thought that it was. Anyway, it's $75 for sarsaparilla spray, and you drink the vancomycin and spray the sarsaparilla in your eyes, and it gives you like effects. And she was screaming and fighting, and the police came and they went and got the sarsaparilla for her to calm her down. Some of the spray then got in the police's eyes, and he got inebriated. He said he loved it and felt, and I got two. It was amazing. I gotta get more sarsaparilla spray. I guess I thought that sarsaparilla like gets you inebriated or something, but I don't know if it does, but that's what I thought. I can hear everything because of all the metal everywhere in the hospital. And then this guy tried to escape, so the girl's mom sprayed some in his eyes. I thought the girl's mom came to like calm her down because she was going insane. And then this guy tried to escape, so she sprayed it in his eyes, and he became docile. And then him and the girl blanked when all the staff were distracted. Only she wasn't mentally there, and he was singing a horrible song. It was a nasty song. I wrote it down. I don't know if it was real, but the mom could hear on her truck radio because of all the metal coming out the hospital. And the staff got mad and put him in isolation. But I had to listen to him talking nasty on the other side of my wall. And the horse unaliving for 6 hours, which is torture to me. Then I telepathically am able to connect with Max's Azaria's son, whose name is Lewis. I thought Max Azaria was a famous director. I thought his son was this judge guy who was in charge of all this underground experiments, and he was connecting with me because we could talk telepathically, and that's why he wanted to help me. That's what I thought. And he said that this is a torture place, and that a dark artist did manipulate my behavior to put me in there, so the government can test some new techniques. And also, I thought that was on like this YouTube underground type show where they show different ways that they try to make people break psychologically, and people watch that for fun. And I thought that I was like on that. I thought like the news was waiting outside to like interview me about this crazy story. I thought that kids could hear my thoughts because of all the metal in the hospital, and that they were turning their TV to a static station to be able to hear my thoughts. So I was trying to like make sure I had good thoughts in case kids could hear them. But okay, he said it wouldn't cost more than $1 million to do this to people, and they've done secret experiments on expendable people before. And then I got to feel what it feels like to be an animal, basically getting ready to be processed for me. That is disturbing that I wrote that. But then I kind of just trail off. But there's one funny one I want to end with since this was so dark. So you remember how I said that I thought like I could see these movies projected on the wall? This was one of the movies that I had remembered. The next one was a mom who had M syndrome, where the mom makes the child sick, and she wanted her son to be sick. So she told him he had a disease called ass falling off syndrome, and she would pour baked beans on him every night and told him it was his skin falling off of him. And then he figured out it wasn't and didn't want to be the victim of bullying. The other kids would call him pork and beans, but he wanted his mom to be happy, so he never said anything. So that was honestly weird, and that was part 2 of my psycho journal.